Can return now to LA, where a jury has found Alphabet, Google and Meta liable in a case that accused them of knowingly making their social media platforms addictive. And we can cross now to Los Angeles, where Wassim Cornet is standing by for us. Wassim, tell us more about that landmark verdict.
Yeah, this could mark a major turning point in how courts in the United States treat social media companies, and how they treat those complaints made against those social media companies. Essentially, what this jury concluded is that both YouTube and Meta, the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, were negligent in the design of their platforms, and that those specific design choices led to a substantial impact on in harming the plaintiff, in this case a young woman that was identified in court documents as Kaylee. The jurors say that companies knew or should have known that their services could be dangerous to minors. The companies have both been hit with a $3 million fine, but because the jury also found the companies acted with malice, oppression, or fraud, then that opens the door to another separate punitive damages phase, which could lead to a much higher fine. And so this case centered around Kaylee's testimony, the fact that she was on YouTube starting at 6 years old, on Instagram starting at 9 years old, going around a block that her mother had tried to install to stop her from using those platforms. And her lawyers argued that features like infinite scrolling, autoplay videos, constant notifications, like counts on stories and posts were instrumental in harming the client and were deliberately designed to keep young users hooked. The plaintiff said that those features caused some social media addiction, essentially, through her childhood years and teenage years, and have led to some serious mental health issues into her adult life. Meta has issued a statement saying they respectfully disagree with the verdict and they are weighing their options.
And Wassim, this verdict comes very much hot on the heels, of another landmark verdict that went against Meta, this time in New Mexico. That verdict coming in yesterday, Wassim.
Yeah, just about 24 hours ago, jurors in New Mexico concluding that Meta misled the public in terms of the risks its platforms pose to young children. Essentially, the state prosecutor argued during that trial that Meta knowingly, or rather failed to do enough to prevent bad actors on those platforms from getting in touch with children, essentially creating a breeding ground for predators on both Facebook and Instagram, and that the company ultimately chose growth and profits over safety. And the jurors in that case, in that New Mexico case, found thousands of violations of state consumer protection laws and imposed a $375 million fine. In that case, Meta said it also disagreed with the verdict, but that it would appeal the verdict. And of course, this comes as social media companies continue to face mounting legal pressure across the U.S. More than 40 state attorneys have filed lawsuits accusing social media companies of designing features that keep young users hooked while exposing them to harmful content. So these two verdicts back to back could certainly sort of shape the psyche in terms of those lawsuits that will play out in the next few weeks and months across the country.
Wassim Cornet reporting live there from LA. Thank you very much.